Halle Berry's first husband, David Justice, says her lack of traditional values led to their divorce. She don't cook or clean, he says. I immediately saw this and thought to myself, I'm not surprised, and I don't think most people really are. Well, I saw another post that followed the interview that he had here that read Halle Berry's ex-husband, former MLB player. For you guys who don't know, David Justice is a former American professional baseball player who also was married to Halle Berry from 1993, the year I was born, to 1997, roughly 4 years. And I just thought this was so fitting for this channel. We're going to get into it. So this post here read that he divorced her and left her because he couldn't see her as the mother of his kids. She don't cook, clean, don't really seem motherly. I'm wasting time. Let's check it out.
Honestly, we probably could have made it if I knew about therapy. If we knew about therapy, we probably could have made it, because we never had any major issues like that. Mm-hmm. It's just that because I was young and had only been in, honestly, one real relationship before her. Mm. My knowledge and my understanding, my wisdom around relationships just wasn't vast. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy. So in my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean,
traditional,
and then I'm thinking,
right,
okay, if we have kids, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean,
right,
don't really seem like motherly. And then we start having issues. Listen, we never that. I'll say this: we never had any issues about other women, mm-hmm. other men. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I was never tripping when. Well, I was tripping one time when she.
Hold on, I got one time I was tripping.
At one time, because I didn't understand it.
Real quick, man, just to be fair, I think this is a mistake a lot of dudes make, right? They'll see a woman who brings a particular thing to the table. In the 90s, someone like Halle Berry or anybody who was entertaining her for a relationship, I can assume, didn't see or anticipate that her best quality would be whether she can cook or not in the kitchen. I think a lot of men do this. You look at a woman, she would be really attractive. Halle Berry obviously was like a sex symbol in the 90s. And they'll think, oh, I'll turn her into a housewife who'll be cleaning and cooking. I mean, I just don't think that that's practical. This is like a man wifing up Megan Good and thinking that she's going to be cooking your favorite meals. It's just not going to work. Some of you may say, well, Shisha, how do you know she's not a good cook? Ironic that I found this video, but we're just going to play this video. The title is Megan Good Fails at Cooking Jambalaya for Husband Devon. So this is Devon Franklin's video from 5 years ago, and it shows her failing to cook. And this really points to the same type of concept of not understanding what's being brought to the table here. Devon Franklin thought that he was marrying a homemaker or a stay-at-home wife, and she was failing to cook all these meals. And they actually filmed this whole failed attempt of her cooking. And of course, Devon didn't like that coffee at all. Let's check it out.
What's up, you guys? I'm looking a little bit busted, so don't mind me, but I'm getting ready to make some jambalaya, so I'm going to show you how I'm making it. All right.
She's like, Devon Franklin said I better cook before he divorces me. Oh, sorry, guys. Can I joke? We can tell jokes. Let's talk about the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. Engaged and soon-to-be married men, hiring the wrong lawyer can leave you with an overpriced, unenforceable prenup. Avoid the trap. Inside my step-by-step guide at fathershaverights.com, renowned attorneys James Sexton and the lead attorney lay out the exact questions to ask, red flags to spot, and proven steps to hiring the perfect prenup lawyer. The guide itself costs only a couple of dinner dates, far less than a single billable hour. Hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section, lock in your guide, and join the hundreds of men securing their marriages the right way.
All right, so I have baked my chicken in Creole seasoning.
Okay, Creole seasoning.
And I have just cut up my celery and my green peppers and getting into my chicken sausage. I officially just done my wild rice in my Instapot. Trying to keep it healthy, y'all. So I am browning my chicken sausage, and I have just cut up my chicken into small pieces. Got my onions, celery, green peppers, and garlic all starting to saute.
All right.
Now I added a little bit of basil, a little bit of thyme, some diced tomatoes.
All right.
And some Creole seasoning. And I have also added in the broth.
Guys, I don't know how to make jambalaya, but I know how to cook. I'm an amazing cook. Maybe one day I'll release a video. Cooking with Zed. I don't know. But for those of you who know how to make this dish well, right? We don't want people who don't know what they're doing here. What do you think? Is she doing a good job so far?
So that's what we are looking like right now. All right, y'all. The rice is in there. Y'all, please pray for me that this comes out good. I'll let you know.
If you're asking for prayers that your dish comes out good, we already know what time it is.
And I added in the sausage and put the top back on for a bit after I pressure cooked it. It's looking good, it's smelling good. We're gonna see what hubby thinks. Pray for me.
All right. How long is this video? Okay, we're gonna skip. We're gonna skip to the part where she actually makes him try it. Here we go. I think this is it.
You know, like that jambalaya seasoning Creole flavor. You know what I mean?
What does it taste like?
I mean, it tastes good. It tastes like a chicken and rice dish.
But it don't taste like jambalaya at all.
No.
Does it taste Creole at all?
No. I don't think so.
David Justice asked Halle Berry, "What do you bring to the table?" And Halle said, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me show you how I got this Oscar." And he said, "Nah, you can't be a mother to my kids." Talk about a clout chaser and riding coattails. You know, this man went on an interview just to go out of his way to make sure everybody knew that he left her back in 1996. You have no new news other than the fact that you dated somebody over 2 decades ago. You don't have nothing else to talk about? Before you get on your knees and thank God Almighty that you had the opportunity to be proposed to by someone like Halle Berry. First of all, that's called community service. She was writing you off on her taxes. And so you had to go and look at your mom and look at your sister and see everything that they were doing as women, because they were cooking and cleaning, and that's what you thought you were supposed to have in a wife. So you decided that she wasn't good enough for you because she wasn't motherly. Guess who you should be with then? Your mother. It never fails that every single time a man, especially a black man, goes out of his way with his full chest to embarrass another black woman, he always ends up looking like a clown.
Hey, at least he kept it real, right? He's like, no, nothing like jambalaya, but it tastes like rice and chicken.
It's good. It's really good. I'm putting some of that seasoning on it.
Oh man, you know, women who don't know how to cook, they hate you seasoning their food after they're done.
So, baby.
Yes, I'm good with it. Yes, baby.
So it's a fail.
It's not a fail.
It is a fail.
I'm about to be finished with it. It's not.
He's like, it's not a fail, but this marriage is.
No, I'll have a tea actually.
I have a tea actually.
Not a fail. I just added some seasoned pepper to it. It's a little more Creole seasoning.
That doesn't make me feel good at all that you had to add seasoning to it.
As a woman, when you date down, I've always said this, you will pay for it for the rest of your life. David Justice and Halle Berry got married in 1991, which is 33 years ago. And now they've been divorced for the past 25 years. But he's talking about her in an interview. And for all the men defending him, well, they asked him, you should know to not speak about your ex from 25 years ago. They asked him because he's not accomplished enough for him to talk about what he's doing, because he's not doing anything except riding his ex-wife's coattail. A married man sitting up there with the ring on his finger talking about his first wife. By the way, it's not you who chose to not have children with Halle Berry. Notice that all of her children are by white men. It's her who chose to not have children with you. She intentionally didn't get pregnant for you.
No, but it's already there. It just needed a little more oomph. That's all. It's good. It's good. I'm gonna be done with it.
I'm never cooking again.
She says she's never cooking again. I'm interested to see what these comments say. I'm like going completely left field with the subject matter here. I know we're talking about Halle Berry. But let's be honest, this topic's a little bit more interesting. Top comment here says he definitely didn't marry her for her cooking. There we go. But maybe he did. Guys, this is actually a good example right here of what I'm talking about. Maybe he did, right? There are a lot of people who think they can turn somebody into something that they're not. And there's nothing wrong with somebody who doesn't cook as a woman if they're with a man who doesn't value that. Maybe he cooks. Maybe he just doesn't care. But a lot of men do value that. And so women tend to lean into it the same way that men who, know their way around the house and are handy, that's valued as well. Somebody else who says, first mistake cooking jambalaya with the wild rice. LOL. Love you, Meg. Okay, so it's not typically with wild rice. Wild rice is a very unique texture, even tougher than like brown rice. And yes, that matters when it comes to the familiarity of like a dish. When someone's trying to replicate it, you don't want to make it harder for yourself by using alternative ingredients that are just going to make it that hard for that dish to be enjoyable. These are things that people who don't know how to cook just don't know. Somebody else here says he was just being honest. Here's another person who says, I like how honest he is. I respect that they're so cute together. Now, of course, guys, these comments are from before they actually got divorced.
Did you know that Halle Berry proposed to David Justice? Well, I'll tell you about that proposal and their whirlwind romance again, because this is I Will Tell You What. And every day this week, I'm going to be telling you about these women that proposed to their respective husbands. So Halle Berry and David Justice's relationship was one that definitely defined black celebrity marriages of the 90s. For a moment, they were the picture-perfect couple, but the reality... their marriage was as short-lived as it was intense. Halle and David's love story didn't start at a party or like a premiere or on the set of like some blockbuster film. No. Halle first spotted David the same way a lot of folks did, on TV. It was 1992 and Halle was watching an episode of Rock and Jock, a celebrity sports game, when David caught her eye. But Halle mentioned him to a friend, but decided not to make a move like sheep normally do, at least not right then and there. Later, a journalist interviewing her would casually mention that his friend, David Justice, wanted her autograph. Well, this was Halle's moment. Instead of just signing something for him, Halle passed over her number, like, call me. A bold move, but you know what? It worked. It sure did. David called her and they talked for hours. And 2 weeks later, he flew her out to Atlanta for their first official date. And just like that, they were locked in. David was preparing to propose to Halle on her birthday, August 14th. He said, quote, I knew when I first saw her that I was going to marry her. It was like I heard a voice. But he wouldn't get the chance to do so because she ended up proposing to him. Halle proposed to David. For what it's worth, he said, quote, I knew I was going to marry her, but before I could surprise her, she surprised me. Months later, they got married on New Year's Day, 1993. But just 3 years later, their marriage crashed out. The marriage ended in a highly publicized divorce in 1997. Halle later admitted that the pain of their split pushed her into one of the darkest times in her life. But they both found love again later.
Back to David Justice.
When we were out to lunch in LA, and I remember I'm from Cincinnati, man. I ain't even in LA scene like that. And she see an actor that she worked with one time, and he came in, hey, kissed him on the lips.
Oh no.
What are we doing around here?
Was he European or American? I'm
yeah,
confused.
American.
What's going on here?
Oh, so I know this is going to be a conversation.
That's crazy.
So get home and I ask about that. Oh, that's what we do in LA. Oh, Okay then. So now her manager and I used to go to this restaurant all the time. Had a young lady at the front seat us all the time. We went there so much, she became so friendly. We got the hugging her every time we come in. Hey, how you doing? Just regular hug. Take Halle and his wife to lunch one time. I said, Halle, this is such and such. This is Halle, right? Halle looked at that girl, saw how fine she was. Man, she gave her one of them, like barely touched her hand, right? Just played her crazy. I was embarrassed, bro. I was like, but wait, hold on. I just hugged the girl.
Right.
You kissed this dude, and you mad at me because I hugged the girl? So remember, we young. So, young, you get petty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You petty when you're young. And there's things you just do that are petty when you're young. Well, anyway, the honeymoon stage was over, right? And now it's just David and Halle. And when it's just David and Halle, I just realized this is not the person I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Imagine being married to Halle Berry. That Halle Berry, and saying you divorced her because she didn't cook or clean. The Halle Berry. Mind you, you're married to Halle Berry from 93 to 97, and in that span, she filmed 10 movies. But yes, why isn't she cooking? Why isn't she clean? Not to mention, you, the person married to Halle Berry, make a lot of money playing baseball. You can pay someone to cook and clean for both of you. It's not that Halle didn't love him enough, didn't give him enough kisses, wasn't around, worked too much, didn't stimulate him intellectually. She did not cook and she did not clean. And that's the issue David Justice had. Wow.
As always, let's check out a few of these comments, see what the people have to say. Top comment here reads, that's the past tense. She's happy now. Somebody else here added, nobody, and I mean nobody, asked for this information. Somebody else here says, why is anyone giving an F what he has to say about her? MLB superstar and an A-list actress. Just get a maid and chef, LOL. Halle for the win. So, as you guys would probably expect, there are a lot of people who are cheering her on here in this situation. I'll be honest. I think this is an issue of people just not taking their decisions very seriously, especially when it comes to picking who they want to marry, especially when it comes to picking the person who you want to marry, right? You want to be very clear about what you expect, what the other person values. And people make those mistakes and end up paying really serious prices for that mistake. What do you think? Comment down below. Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link into the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.